Hello, hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we are diving back into Manner of Death. We're diving into episode 5. And y'all, like I keep saying, this plot just keeps getting thicker and thicker, and there's twists and turns, and it's exciting. Like I'm excited watching the show. Even if the whole love interest Max Toll thing wasn't even happening, just the show itself, it's just the way it's written. I just love all these different aspects about the show, and it's just exciting. It is exciting to watch. So I'm excited to dive into episode 5. Episode 4, where there were lots of shenanigans, but basically I can't trust anybody. I can't trust a damn person. The only people in here who have not crossed into my suspect list are Dr. Bun, because we're following him, and Sweet Boy, whose name I can't remember right now, but a Sweet Boy. They're the only two. And, honestly, I don't even know if I can trust Dr. Bun. Who knows? Maybe he's in on all this, too. Who knows? Right now, Sweet Boy is the only person who I 100% trust, and Dr. Bun is also high up there. Everybody else is suspect as hell. The Tan is sus. Dr. Man's boss man is sus. The police officers are sus. Jane's sister is sus. This high school girl is sus. Man on the motorcycle, who I'm pretty sure is the guy who Dr. Bun stabbed with a glass, is sus. Everybody's sus. Everybody's sus. Except for Sweet Boy and maybe Dr. Bun. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get into this. And yeah, I'm just excited. So we're going to dive on in. One thing that I did see in the comments from last episode, someone brought up a good point that, because y'all know I keep saying I don't know why Dr. Bun is not arming himself up with some form of protection, because he's been attacked like 800 times already. And when he saw the gun in Tan's, drawer in the living room or whatever, I didn't think anything of it, because I'm like, you know what, he protected himself, whatever. But someone did mention that I might have more of an American view on the situation, just because, like, where they come from, having, guns are very hard to come by unless you're like a police officer or registered something or another. And even then, like, having weapons and all that kind of stuff is just not necessarily their way of life. So if people see that kind of stuff just laying around in the household, it would be kind of suspect and be like, okay, you might be involved in some dangerous shenanigans. Which I'm like, okay, I get that. And I've said a number of times in a number of series that I watch, I love it when you guys give me these bits of details, because I don't want to go into these series and go in with like my American mindset and be like, yeah, this is how the rest of the world is, because I know the rest of the world isn't exactly how things are here. Also, I don't want you guys thinking, who aren't in America, that everybody's just rolling around America with guns and knives and weapons. Like, yep, we're protecting ourselves. Like, no. Like, I had a one singular break-in attempt months and months ago, and ever since then, I've done what I need to do to make sure that my home is secure and that my person is secure, because I worked very hard for this house. I'm not going to have people start messing up my house. But yes, so that's where that mindset came from. I had one break-in attempt, and I armed up. Dr. Bun has been literally hospitalized, attacked in the hospital, and attacked on like various other occasions, and he's still just rolling around la-di-da-di-da. So I'm like, baby, maybe it's time that you take some boxing lessons or something. If you don't want to grab a weapon, like maybe we should go into like some Krav Maga or something. Like, just protect yourself a little bit better. That's all where that mindset's coming from. But let's dive on into this episode and see how many more times he's gonna get attacked. Okay, last episode, or episode before, we're 20 minutes before her death. Now we're an hour. Okay, he's checking out the flash drive she slipped in his pocket, or the memory card she slipped in his pocket. And I know I've talked about it with a bunch of other people. I don't know if I talked about it with him specifically yet, but his bone structure is gorgeous too. Like, he's got and his skin is glowing. Like, he's a very beautiful man. Sketchy as hell in the series, but very beautiful man. Beautiful nose. Once again, just like the last 2 episodes, they're assembling these little puzzle pieces, and I don't know what the puzzle pieces are supposed to do just yet. I don't know where they go, where they fit into this puzzle, but I know that in the end, everything is going to make sense and it's going to be this aha moment. We just got to keep building this puzzle. A sweet boy. You back, girl. Back from seeing your friend who's allegedly missing.
เอาคุณที่โรงเรียนเป็นไงบ้างวันนี้
ก็ดีครับ
แล้วทานอะไรมายังครับ
ผมทานมาเรียบร้อยแล้วครับ แล้วคุณทานอะไรหรือยัง
เรียบร้อยครับ
Like, girl, your veins look
มีอะไรหรือเปล่า
delicious.
ครับหมอ
อ๋อเปล่า
ผมขอตัวก่อนแล้วกันนะครับ
Everybody in this series just got these veiny forearms. Ooh, the girl? Girl?
ทำอะไรครับ
I just...
อ๋อพอดีผมเห็นมัน
I just couldn't help it. You turned around, I had to grab that ass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
ผมนึกว่าคุณจะแตะอ่างของซี่
So sorry. My hands got a mind of their own, Doctor.
เดี๋ยวผม
Teacher
ขอ
man.
ก่อนแล้วกันนะ
I bet you are. Child. Shenanigans. I know you're looking for the gun, but I need you to have a more subtle approach in how you're looking for it. Like, an impromptu pat down in the middle of his living room is not exactly the most subtle of ways to go ahead and try and find this gun. Especially when it could be anywhere. Child, like I keep saying, sus.
นมร้อนครับ
ขอบคุณครับ
พิมพ์อะไรอยู่เหรอครับ
รายงานนะคุณ
รายงานชันสูตรเหรอครับ ผมยังไม่เคยเห็นเลยขอดูหน่อยนะครับ
I mean, girl, it's a little late for all that. His eyes been all up in it. Like, I was sitting here thinking, like, you know, maybe he shouldn't be looking at it because it's confidential medical information, but he's sitting here like...
แต่นี่มันเป็นรายงานชันสูตรครับ เป็นความลับผู้ตาย ผมให้ดูไม่ได้ อยากรู้อะไรก็มาถามผมนี่
But girl, his eyes were already on it for like 5 minutes before you closed the laptop.
ไม่อะก็เป็นความลับผู้ตายไง
เมื่อกี้ผมเห็นว่าตัวเจอสารเสพติดแล้วครับ
See, case in
บอก
point.
ไปหยกๆนะคุณ ว่าเป็นความลับ
นั้นผมก็จะเก็บความลับนี้ไว้ แต่ตอนนี้ผมรู้แล้ว บอกผมมาเถอะครับ
Just look at my veiny forearms. Just I get distracted and I'll keep the secret. Don't worry.
ไม่อยากให้ผมยุ่งกับคดีเนี่ย
แต่คุณก็ยังดื้อ ถามคุณจริงๆเหอะคุณไม่กลัวมันจะกลับมาทำร้ายคุณเหรอครับ
ก็กลัวสิครับ แต่ผมจะทำอะไรได้ คุณก็รู้ ว่าผมไม่มีทางบิดเบือนรายงานชันสูตรตามแบบที่พวกมันต้องการแน่ๆ จริงๆ สาเหตุที่ผมมาอยู่ที่นี่เนี่ย เรื่องหนึ่งมันก็เป็นเพราะเรื่องนี้นะครับ ตอนที่ผมอยู่ที่กรุงเทพ ผมเคยมั่นใจมาตลอด ว่าตราบใดที่มีแพทย์นิติเวชอยู่ ยังไงคนตายก็ต้องได้รับความเป็นธรรมจะมีอยู่วันหนึ่งครับ ผมส่งรายงานชันสูตรไป และถูกตำรวจเอาไปบิดเบือน สรุปพฤติการที่ตายออกมา จนคนร้ายพ้นผิด ตั้งแต่วันนั้นมาเนี่ย ผมยังไม่เคยเชื่อใจตำรวจอีกเลยครับ
I mean, in this town,
ผมก็ทนไม่ไหวด้วย
you got reasons not to.
ถ้าผลชันสูตรที่ผมส่งไป ต้องโดนเอาไปทำอะไรแบบนั้นนะผมก็เลยย้ายมาอยู่ที่นี่แหละครับ คิดว่าจะหนีพวกตำรวจชั่วๆพวกนั้นได้ แล้วดูสิคุณ สุดท้ายที่ไหนก็เหมือนกัน
They everywhere. Not saying all police officers are bad. Not everybody's bad. But you're gonna find bad apples in every bunch, all over the world.
แต่จากนี้ไปคุณไม่ต้องกลัวนะครับ จะไม่มีใครมาทำร้ายคุณได้
Why is that?
ทำในสิ่งที่ถูกต้องตามแบบของคุณนะครับแล้วผมจะปกป้องคุณเอง
Y'all better come through with this romantic music change.
เป็นใครอะซูเปอร์แมนเหรอ
I'll be your
จริ
Superman.
งจังคุณว่าพูดอย่างเงี้ย
ซูเปอร์แทน
Y'all cute, even though if y'all keeping assload of secrets from one another. Still, y'all cute.
คุณ
ฉีดขนาดเนี้ยเดี๋ยวน้องก็จมน้ำตายหรอกคุณ
น้องเหรอครับ
ก็ต้นพลิกมาใหม่ ต้นเล็กนิดเดียว ก็ต้องเป็นน้องสิคุณ
เท่ากับว่า ต้นตะบองเพชรของผมเป็นพี่สินะครับ
น้องพลิก พี่ตะบองเพชร ก็เหมาะดีนะครับ
I guess.
โอ้พอ
It's like, girl, that's enough water. I already told you. Because apparently I'm gonna stay here forever, so I'm gonna need you not to kill the chili plant.
พอน้องเขาอยู่ต้นเดียวเนี่ยก็ดูเงาๆเหมือนกันนะครับ
คุณรู้เลยไหมครับ ตอนที่ผมย้ายเข้าไปอยู่บ้านที่ใหม่ๆเนี่ย ผมเคยคิดจะเอาพืชผักสวนครัว แล้วก็ดอกไม้ประดับสีสันสดใสมาปลูกที่นี่ด้วยนะครับ
แล้วทำไมไม่ทำอะครับ
โอ้โหคุณดูชีวิตผมสิ ผมมีเวลาว่างที่ไหนอะครับ
Girl, speak my truth.
ผมเคยลองนะ สุดท้ายก็ไม่รอดครับ
If it wasn't for the fact that my mother would
แต่ผม
come
ชอบ
here
มากเลยนะ บ้านที่มีต้นไม้
relatively frequently and do gardening stuff outside, I wouldn't have any kind of garden.
เฮ้ย คุณแล้วจะไม่สายเหรอครับ
อ๋อ นี่ผมทำมาให้ เอา
Oh.
ไว้ไปกินที่โรงเรียนนะครับ ข้าวขยะไส้ของโปรดคุณน่ะ
ขอบคุณนะครับ
I saw that smiley face.
ผมไปก่อนนะครับ
You better romance your man. Even though he's still sus as fuck, still romance your man. And there's this poor misguided child.
น้ำถ้าหิว ไปหายังกินที่กาดกัน ไอ้น้
หยังว่าใด
ำหิวไหก็เขาถามว่าจะไปหายังกินที่กาดกันอ๋อ
มาไปอ่ะ มีธุระนิดหน่อย แล้วนี่แบบมีที่อื่นขึ้นไปละคะ
Girl, I'm gonna need you to stop being so sus.
ถามมาฟังแล้ว
Like if you keep having to hide these things like bruises and track marks and bracelets and whatnot, maybe don't have them out in the open to begin with.
ภาษาเหรอ
ไปก่อนนะสอน
Go talk to Dr. Bun. Go tell him your friend acting sus as hell so he can make a connection. And memorize that license plate. Praise Jesus. Oh, praise Jesus. Man's doing the Lord's work.
พอใจแล้วนะครับ
I'm very satisfied, yes.
พอใจแล้วใช่ไหมถึงได้ยอมส่งพอดีผมต้องตรวจทานให้มั่นใจก่อนนะครับว่าจะไม่มีอะไรผิดพลาด ขอบคุณนะครับ รายงานผมสมบูรณ์แล้ว คุณเอาไปทำสำนวนได้เลยครับ ได้ครับ งั้นผมขอตัวกลับก่อนนะครับ
Lord. I gotta go to Thailand. They got the best police uniforms.
ตอนหัวค่ำผมเห็นคุณอยู่กับคนชื่อทัด
Okay, let's talk about it. Yes.
คุณไม่เห็นได้ยังไงครับคุณแอบตามดูผมเหรอ
ใช่ ผมตามคุณไปที่โรงเรียน แต่เห็นคุณอยู่กับทัดผมเลยออกมา
ไอ้ทันเนี่ยมันเป็นรุ่นน้องผมแข่งครับ คุณมีอะไรหรือเปล่า
อยู่ห่างๆไว้ก็ดีนะคุณ
ทำไมครับ
คุณรู้ไหมว่าทัดเป็นรุ่นน้องไอ้ดำแล้วผมสงสัยว่า เขาน่าจะเป็นคนร้ายที่เคยบุกมาทำร้ายผม
ผมว่าไม่มีทางไปนไม่ได้นะคุณ อย่างไอ้ทัศน์เนี่ยนะ วันแก๊งมันก็ซิ่งแต่รถอ่ะ
คนเราเนี่ยรู้หน้าไม่รู้ใจนะครับ ผมเป็นห่วงคุณ
ขอบคุณครับ คืออย่างนี้ครับ ที่ผมคุยกับทัศน์เนี่ย ผมให้มันไปสืบเรื่องยาไอซ์ที่คุณเจอในตัวเจนไง แต่ถ้าหลังจากวันนั้น ผมก็คงไม่ได้คุยอะไรมันแล้วครับ คุณไม่ต้องเป็นห่วงนะ
วันนั้นผมไม่ได้ให้คุณรู้เรื่องในรายงานเลยครับ
ผมบอกไม่ต้องเป็นห่วงไงครับ ให้ผมเนี่ยได้เอาตัวเองเข้าไปเสี่ยงแทนคุณบ้างนะครับ
Y'all gotta stop doing this suspenseful music to romantic music switch over like this.
ผมไม่อยากให้ใครต้องเจอเรื่องแบบเปิดอีก
But don't worry, he didn't disappear. I know exactly where he is.
ผมสัญญา
All the secrets and shenanigans in this relationship.
ทุกครั้งน้ำมันก็เป็นที่นี่นะพี่
กูว่ามันไม่อยู่ที่นี่ว่ะ
แล้วมันจะไปไหนอ่ะ
ไม่รู้ว่ะ
Child?
เฮ้ย น้ำ ไอ้น้ำ ไอ้น้ำ น้ำ มันเป็นไรวะพี่ น้ำ ไอ้น้ำ น้ำ น้ำ น้ำ
ขอดีฟิบริเลเตอร์ครับ
โอเคค่ะ
นี่ผมไม่คิดเลยนะ ว่าตำรวจที่นี่จะปิดหูปิดตาตัวเองเก่งขนาดเนี้ย
คุณหมอหมายความว่าไง
มียาเสพติดระบาดอยู่ในเวียงผาหมอก นี่พวกคุณยังไม่รู้อีกเหรอ
คดียาเสพติดที่นี่แทบจะไม่มี แค่2เคสเนี่ยไม่เรียกว่าระบาดหรอกครับ และยิ่งเป็นคดียาไอซ์เนี่ยไม่เคยมีมาก่อนด้วยซ้
นี่ต้องรอให้มันระบาดทั่วก่อนใช่ไหม พวกคุณถึงจะเริ่มทำงานกันนะแม่งเปลืองภาษีว่ะ
ำมันจะเกิดไป
Girl, he about to come.
เล่น
Child?
ก่อนทำสารวัตร
I mean, he ain't lying though.
คุณหมอเองก็ต้องใจเย็นๆด้วยนะครับ ทางเราเนี่ยก็ทำงานกันอย่างเต็มที่แล้ว ตอนนี้ก็เหลือแค่ให้คนไข้รายนี้ฟื้นขึ้นมาก่อน เราอาจจะได้ข้อมูลอะไรเพิ่มเติมมาก็ได้นะครับ
Child, the testosterone. What you gonna find, nurse lady? Okay, there we go.
อ้าวคุณหมอ
พอสวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ
มาแต่เช้าเลยนะครับ
ก็อีกสักพักคงจะกลับแล้วครับ อาการของหนูน้ำเป็นยังไงบ้างครับคุณหมอ
คนไข้มาด้วยอาการเสพยาเกินขนาดครับนี่ยังโชคดีมากนะครับที่มาส่งโรงพยาบาลทัน แต่ถ้าจะให้ผมพูดตรงๆก็ยังบอกไม่ได้นะครับ ว่าเธอจะฟื้นเมื่อไหร่
Let's do something there, Lord.
ถ้างั้นคุณหมอมาแล้วผมขอตัวกลับก่อนนะครับ
ขอบคุณนะครับ
ครับ
คุณหมอเห็นรอยพวกนี้ยังคะ
Jesus.
โห เยอะเหมือนกันนะเนี่ย
รอยช้ำรอยเข็มเหมือนเดิมเลยครับ
นี่มีตรงอื่นอีกไหมครับ
ที่ไหล่ค่ะ
Oof.
เหมือนเพิ่งเกิดขึ้นไม่นานอะ
Like, why? Like, pinholes, cool, whatever,
That's a
drugs. But like,
Oh my God.
why are we like gnawing on these girls?
เหมือนเจนกับนัตตี้เลยเหรอครับ
เด็กคนนี้น่าจะรู้ครับ ว่ามันเกิดอะไรขึ้นกับเจน
ผมไม่อยากคิดเลยว่าเกิดอะไรขึ้นกับเจนกันแน่
คุณคิดว่ามันเป็นเรื่องอะไรเหรอครับ
อาจจะเป็นเรื่องเซ็กครับ
แต่คนอย่างเจนเนี่ยนะ
คงมีไม่กี่เรื่องหรอกครับ ที่จะเกี่ยวข้องทั้งยาไอซ์แล้วก็รอยกัด
คงต้องรอเด็กคนนี้ฟื้นแล้วครับ เราถึงจะรู้ว่ามันเกิดอะไรขึ้น
Yes, maybe we should get some police to like guard her so that Mr. Man in Black don't come along and try and silence her too. It's not creepy or ominous at all. Also, maybe we should lock our doors in the middle of the night since we have Bun staying with us who's liable to get attacked at any
ก็เลยมาแบบไม่
moment.
บอกไม่กล่าวอย่างนี้เหรอครับ
วันนี้มันเกิดผมครับ ผมเลยคิดว่าควรจะฉลองอะไรสักหน่อย รอบก่อนที่ผมกับคุณหมอ
Happy
ทำ
birthday, I guess.
ยอดไลค์ถล่มทลาย เราสองคนยังไม่ได้ฉลองกันเลยนะครับ
แล้วคุณรู้ได้ไงครับ ว่าผมอยู่ที่นี่
เพราะว่าผมเป็นนักข่าวไงครับคุณหมอ
คุณนี้เหมือนคนไม่มีเพื่อนเลยนะครับ
ก็ไม่มีนะสิครับ มาครับ ผมว่าเรามาฉลองให้ผมกันสักหน่อยดีกว่า ชนแก้วให้ผมหน่อย มาครับ มาฉลองวันเกิดให้ผมกันหน่อย
ชน
พวกคุณรู้ไหม ว่าทำไมอยู่ๆผมถึงต้องมาทำไอ้เพจบ้าๆเหตุผลเดียวกับเพจคืนความยุติธรรมของหมอแล้วครับ
คุณไปเจออะไรมา
แม่ถูกโกง น้องสาวถูกข่มขืน พ่อถูกรถชนตาย
Sure.
แล้วหมอรู้ไหมครับ ว่าพีคที่สุดคืออะไร ทุกคนรู้ว่าคนร้ายเป็นใคร แต่ไม่มีใครติดคุกเลยสักคน ชีวิตผมก็เจอแต่อะไรแบบนี้แหละครับ
คุณเลยทำเพจนี้เพื่อเรียกร้องความยุติธรรมนะใช่ไหมครับ
เพื่อเงินต่างหากนะครับ เพราะผมรู้แล้วไง ว่าต้องมีเงิน ถึงจะมีอำนาจ ถึงจะมีคุณค่า และถึงจะมีคนเห็นหัวนะ
Sure.
ถ้าผมไม่ทำเพื่อเงิน
Facts.
จะทำเพื่ออะไรอีก ดูอย่างอัยการปื๊ดสิ
แล้วปื๊ดเกี่ยวอะไรด้วย
ต้องการเงิน ต้องการอำนาจ ถึงขนาดต้องเอาเมียไปเส้นผู้ใหญ่
หมายความว่าไง
Child.
ผมจะสงสารครูเจนจริง
ผมว่าคุณเมาแล้วคุณพูดเลอะเทอะแล้ว
ๆ ผมไม่ได้เมาสักหน่อย
ผมว่าคุณกลับไปเถอะครับ
Let him keep talking.
ไม่อยากจะเชื่อก็ตามใจ ตามใจสุดเลย
คุณ คุณ ขึ้นไปนอนข้างบนดีไหมครับ
ผมไม่ได้เมาซะหน่อย
จะเถียงสิ
I didn't ask. I just asked if you want to sleep upstairs. Oh, child.
ผมก็รู้ ว่าตอนผมไม่เมาเป็นยังไง
คุณเนี่ย เวลาเมาแล้วเป็นแบบนี้ทุกทีเลยนะครับ
แบบนี้ยังไง
Seductive and flirtatious, and like you don't give a damn, and just.
ขี้อ้อย
What I say?
ผมไม่เคยอ่อยคุณ
I mean, you didn't have to. You just shoved your tongue down his
แต่ว่า
throat.
ทุกอย่างเลยครับ
You didn't have time to be
จำได้
seduced.
ก็ไม่เคยอ่อยคุณ คนอย่างผมอะอ่อยใครเป็นที่ไหน
What? Fine ass doctors? How can fine ass doctors seduce people very easily?
ทำอย่างนี้ยเรียกว่าอะไร
Girl? Girl? Child?
คุณเมาอีกแล้วใช่ไหมเนี่ย
A little bit.
รอบเนี้ยไม่ได้เมา
Child? Girl, make sure your flash isn't on. Maybe put your phone on vibrate, turn the volume off so we don't hear. Oh, never mind, you're gonna end up dead anyway. Maybe you shouldn't have gone on this mission while you were drunk. Oh, it's too bad, you were cute. Ooh, child. Those eyes look familiar, though. Okay, I was afraid the car wasn't gonna have time to stop and it was just gonna finish the job.
คุณจะเสร็จยังอ่ะ เดี๋ยวสายแล้วนะ
กำลังลงไปแล้วครับ เสร็จแล้วครับ ทำไมครับ เมาแล้วกลับบ้านไม่ได้เลยไง
เจนเขาเคยเล่าเรื่องอะไรเกี่ยวกับเบิร์ดให้คุณฟังหรือเปล่า
เท่าที่จำได้นะครับ ก็มีแต่เรื่องความเจ้าชู้ของเปิร์ดนะครับ แต่เขาไปถึงอัยการเลยนะคุณ เขาไม่มีทางทำอย่างนั้นหรอกครับ ใน อย่าถือสาคนเมาเลยครับสารวัตรเหตุที่ตายเกิดจากบาดแผลกระสุน
Okay, so he did die.
พร้อมนะครับ ไม่มีอะไรหรอก พี่แค่รู้สึก ใจหายวะ
ใจหายแล้วครับ
ก่อนจะถูกยิงตายแค่ไม่กี่นาที ไอ้พัดมันยังมานั่งกินเหล้ากับพี่อยู่เลย
พี่ว่าเคสเนี้ยเกี่ยวข้องกับครูเจนไหมครับ
ก็ไม่แน่นะ โอ๊ตที่กระเพาะ ขอมีดด้วยครับ
I was gonna say, I wonder if he got the chip to someone safe before he passed, but okay, he... Child, of course, that's where y'all end the fucking episode, of course. Any pre-credit scene? Yeah.
อันนี้
Of
เป็น
course,
เจ้าของ
sweet
ตัว
boy.
ฮะ
อันนี้เป็นเจ้าของตัวเจ้าขอบคุณเจ้า
พี่ไม่เห็นเจอที่โรงพยาบาลอ่ะ
ก็ไม่ได้ไป
อ้าว แล้วแผลพี่อะ
ปล่อยไว้งี้แหละเดี๋ยวก็หาย
เฮ้ย เน่านะเว้ยพี่ งั้นรอผมแป๊บนะพี่ ขยับหน่อยเยิบ
เฮ้ย
อยู่นิ่งๆ
ไม่เอา
Take your fucking shirt off, boy.
โอ๊ยมึงทำเบาๆดิ
ไปหาหมอแต่แรกอะก็ไม่เจ็บแล้ว นี่เป็นถึงหัวหน้าแก๊งเลยนะเนี่ยทำไมป๊อตจังวะ
พูดอย่างเงี้ยสงสัยอยากเข้าโรงพยาบาลอีกรอบ
เฮ้ยใจเย็นดิพี่ ไม่เข้าแล้ว แต่ผมก็พูดความจริงไหมอะแค่เข็มพี่ก็กลัวแล้วอะเจ็บนิดเจ็บหน่อยก็ร้องแล้ว นี่ไอ้ดำรับพี่ทำงานได้ไงเนี่ย
มึงอยากให้กูรื้อฟื้น ตอนมึงโดนกูกระทืบอ่ะ มึงก็ร้องไงสารวิทย์
โหพี่มันคนละเรื่องกันเลยไหมแบบนั้นอะเป็นใครโดนเขาก็ร้องกันทั้งนั้นแหละ พี่ลองโดนกระทืบแบบผมดูบ้างไหมล่ะ
ไอ้นี่
อยู่นิ่ง
Okay. I'm assuming we're trying to ship these two together.
ๆ
They're
เอากลับบ้าน
cute,
ไปเลยนะพี่
but I still can't trust this one over here yet, so...
ไม่อะ
เอ้าทำไมอะเฮ้ยพี่มันต้องทำทุกวันนะเว้ย
ฝากไว้ที่มึงก่อนละกันเวลากูจะทำอ่ะ กูค่อยมาเอา
ถ้าผมขอมือถือพี่ได้ไหมอะจะได้ตามตัวได้
Sure.
เน่ามาต้องตัดแขนนะเว้ยพี่
You better give me that line. At least I forgot line. You can get the direct number.
นี่มึงมีบริการทำแผลเดลิเวอรี่ด้วยเปล่าวะเนี่ย
ผมมีนะ แต่ต้องเสียตังค์นะ
He's too
รอ
precious.
แล้ว
Okay, y'all, child. As soon as that memory card came out of his stomach, I knew that episode was getting ready to end. I felt it. That felt like a cliffhanger moment for me. But yes, Lord, where do we start? Well, let's start at the beginning. It's a very good place to start. So we got a little flashback again to, the night of Jane's murder. This time an hour beforehand. So if we assemble some of the pieces we've seen, we've got an hour beforehand, or we had earlier in the night when they were fighting, Jane slipped this memory card into reporter guy's pocket. An hour before she died, reporter guy opened the files on the memory card and was like, "Oh, thank you, Jane." So he got some sort of juicy scoop or something. 20 minutes before she died, Pood was at the house. Now, Pood is either missing, or, well, not missing, in hiding or in cahoots with whoever's involved. Reporter Man is dead. Jane is dead. Natty was dead in the first episode. Nam looks like she on her way to be dead. Lord, so much happening. But yeah, we saw after that we came back to present day, and Dr. Bunn was looking for this gun. Why? I don't know. I don't know why he was looking for the gun yet. But he was looking for it for some reason, and clearly it wasn't there. So then Tan comes strolling in from class. But if it's what we saw in the last episode from seeing Pood, for what? I don't know. There's still just so many secrets lingering in the air, and it's like once you get one little bit of an answer to a question that you didn't ask, and now you're asking like 17 other questions on top of the 1,400 other questions you already had to begin with, and just like, oh Lord. So yeah, Tan comes home from seeing Pood because he knows exactly where Pood is and whatever the situation is there. Pood's brother don't know where he is. Bun don't know where he is. The police don't know where he is. I don't know. But he comes home, and Bun's still looking for this gun, and he's like trying to, I wonder where this gun is. And then we did this nice close-up on Tan's veiny forearms. And just like Mr. Inspector M last episode, when he came up in he just strolled up in the market out in his, his civilian clothes, and he just had the forearms that were ablaze. And I'm just like, oh man, you make me want to be a phlebotomist and just, look at your veins all day. Oh, praise Jesus. So yes, we had a nice little veiny forearm moment here with Tan, and he's like, "What are you looking at?" I'm like, "Girl, I don't even know if at that moment Bun was looking for the gun, or if he just got distracted by the forearms. But I feel like it might have been a little bit of both." And he's like, "Oh, no, nothing, whatever." And then Tan starts taking his ass upstairs, and Bun just like, "Okay, let me give you an impromptu pat down because I gotta find this gun for some reason." Maybe it will be revealed soon enough what reason he had for why he was looking for the gun. If it is, don't tell me. No spoilers. No spoilers in the comment section. Y'all already know. But yeah, I don't know what reason he had that he was looking for this gun so aggressively, but he was looking hard for it. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna pat this ass. I'm gonna pat this ass until I find this gun. And then I guess he just didn't think in his head that when someone is randomly getting their ass pat down from behind without, advance notice, they might, turn around and look at you some way and be like, "Hey, girl, what you doing back there?" So he went to pat that ass, and Tan was like, "Hey, girl, what you doing back there?" And Bun was like, "Oh, what do you mean? I can't believe you noticed. How did you notice my super secret undercover ass grabbing that I was doing? How I can't believe you noticed that. Yeah, no, I wasn't doing a damn thing. I'm hot. I'm gonna go shower." I'm like, "Girl, I'm gonna need you. If you're gonna try and be like undercover detective man, I'm gonna need you to be a little bit more undercover, a little more sleuth. Like, hang out with anybody in this town, okay? Learn lessons from them. Everybody else in this town is sus as fuck, and they got the sleuth on lock, okay? So you need to incorporate a little bit more sleuth in your investigative actions, okay?" Lord. And then again, we had lots of cute moments with them where the music would start off like suspenseful and ominous, and then it would just like transition to like soft, romantic, acoustic guitar. And I'm like, okay, clearly right now we're trying to have a cute little moment with them, so we're going to put the suspense aside for a little bit. So we had lots of those moments. And, you know, the moment with Bun not closing his laptop nearly enough time so that Tan could clearly read everything on the damn report. If Tan didn't, like, verbally say, hey, what's this? His ass probably could have read the whole fucking report, to be honest. Because Bun was just sitting there, type, do. Man over my shoulder who's not a doctor. And, like, as soon as, like, Tan came around the shoulder and started looking at the laptop, I'm sitting here like, girl, this is supposed to be confidential medical info. Like, I'm not a doctor. I'm not any kind of anything. But I feel like this is supposed to be, even if the patient is deceased, I feel like this is confidential information that only the police and, you know, the authorized authorities are supposed to see. So, like, girl, maybe don't have your living boo thing popping over your shoulder reading your report. So, like, if Tan didn't say, oh, hey, what's this? 10 minutes after he started reading the report, he could have just read the whole damn report and, you know, found out everything. Again, I need Dr. Bun just to be a little bit more aware, a little bit more conscientious of what's going on around him. But yes, that, you know, led him to discover that there were drugs in Jane's system, and that led him to go on his own little side hunting detail about what these drugs are. And he was talking to the other officer who I realized midway through their conversation after the fact, when they were at dinner and Bun was like, I saw you talking to him that night or whatever. Like, I realized the officer's name was that, which was terribly confusing because I kept seeing that popping up in the conversation. I'm like, what? What do you guys keep talking about? That what? And I'm like, it's not making sense. But then I noticed that it was capitalized, not just like we're using the, you know, pronoun. Yeah, not just using the pronoun that, like we're capitalized the proper noun. I'm like, oh, okay, we're referring to a person. Okay, the person's name is that. Person's name is that. Okay, or it might be tat. The H might be a hard T, silent H, whatever. But still, it was being spelled out as that. So I'm like, what do we keep talking about? But yes, officer's name. Gotcha. But yeah, so that, him reading the report led to him going on his own little investigative journey with officer and like, hey, where the hell are these drugs coming from, girl? And at that point, I was starting to believe that Tan, yes, he's secretive and he's shady and I still can't completely trust him, but I'm feeling like his secretive shadiness is not necessarily like in lieu with like the bad guys. Like, I don't feel like he's connected with them, or he might know something, but I don't think like he had something to do with it. I just feel like he's also got his own connections where he can discover stuff, and that's what he's doing. He's trying to investigate, kind of like Pood was allegedly trying to do. Yeah. So I'm less inclined to see Tan as a bad guy, but he's still shady as fuck. And I can't trust him yet. But we keep still having these cute moments. We had the cute moment in the garden, and the pepper, and the cactus, and all this other stuff. And it's like, in the other moment beforehand, it's like, yep, I'm gonna protect you, this, that, and the other. I'm like, okay. Cuteness. Like, they keep sprinkling these cute little ship moments between Bun and Tan. And I'm like, okay, I'm here for this. I'm here for y'all. Y'all are cute. And then y'all split apart and start having these secretive moments where Bun's like, okay, I'm looking into you, I'm trying to investigate you, I'm watching you, this, that, and the other, and I can't trust you because I don't know what's going on. And then Tan is doing all the secretive stuff and keeping these secrets and all these secret meetings, this, that, and the other. And it's like, okay, well, there's a reason that Bun can't trust you, because you're being secretive. But he's being secretive, Bun's being secretive about the fact that he's looking into his secretiveness. Tan's trying to keep everything secret, even though I feel like he knows that Bun is trying to look into it. Like, it's just this whole big web of secretiveness, and it's like, y'all, I don't know how we gonna build this stable relationship on this web of just secretiveness and lies, but I need y'all to figure this out. I need y'all to figure this out so I know whether or not I can fully embrace this shit. Because I want to fully embrace this shit. That point when Bun was drunk on the couch and he was making all these flirty eyes, and it's like, how can someone like me ever seduce anybody? Oh, I could never. And Tana's like, oh, well, girl, what are you doing right now? And it's like, I don't know what you mean. Takes off shirt, takes off pants, and does a helicopter. Like, I don't know what you mean. I'm not seducing anybody. I mean, obviously he didn't do that, but I'm like, he's doing the most. He's being like the most seductive person on the planet right now. He might as well have just been doing a striptease or something. And he's like, I don't know what you mean. I'm not doing anything seductive or sexy in the least. I am just sitting here, just, I'm on the couch, just drunk. I'm like, girl, you better stop. You know exactly what the fuck you're doing. You stop it. And then he goes and he gives him a little kiss, just a little peck, little taste, little niblet. And Tanner's like, girl, you drunk again? You drunk? Because I know how you are when you're drunk. You keep having this look on your face whenever you're drunk, so clearly you must be drunk. And Bun's like, I ain't drunk, girl. Bye. I'm like, okay. Yeah, and then we started to evolve more into the plot. So we had some nice, cute shipbuilding moments, and then we dove back into the plot, where Nam's character, who, we've been worried about the last couple episodes because she's been sketchy. Everybody's sketchy, but she's been sketchy as hell. And like I said in the beginning of the episode, like, girl, if you feel the need that you have these things that you keep having to hide, like if you feel like, oh, you've got bruises that you don't want people to see, or you've got this bracelet you don't want people to see, or you got this money out of nowhere you don't want people to ask about, or, whatever it is, don't have them out in the open where people can see. Like, you don't want people to see this bracelet you're wearing. Don't wear the fucking bracelet. You don't want people to see the whatever bruises or whatever on your arm. Keep your fucking sweater on. Like, you don't want people to ask questions about this money you throwing around. Don't fucking throw around the money. Like, girl, I know drugs mess with your brain and make you all kinds of craziness, but like, girl, let's try to incorporate some kind of logic. Like, you acting shifty, like you just draw more attention to yourself than if you just had this stuff out in the open. The fact that you've got it out in the open, you're like, there's nothing here. It's just drawing more attention to you. Like, girl, let's calm this down. But anyway, her role finally started to play a bigger part, or play the part that I was hoping it would play, in a sense, because like I mentioned a couple episodes, what I wanted to happen, what I was hoping would happen, would be that sweet boy Soren would, like, in some way, shape, or form, be in the same room with Dr. Bun and have some sort of just off-the-cuff conversation with him about his friend, and then Dr. Bun would be able to make whatever connection between what's happening with Soren's friend and what's happened with Natty and Jane. So it didn't exactly go that route, but still those connections, those crossover connections happened in a sense. They found Natty passed out, rushed her to the hospital, and then, we discovered that she had the exact same inflictions that both Natty and Jane had when they did the autopsy. So it's like, okay, clearly this is some commonality. And like I said there, I don't understand. Like, whoever's doing whatever to these girls, I just don't understand the biting. I don't like, I got nothing against biting. Yeah, y'all want to, like, if y'all in the throes of passion and that's what you're into, you want to, get a little nibble here, there, whatever, sink some teeth in, claw some whatever, scratch the nails down your back. I hope you feel it. Sure, fine, whatever. I don't judge. Go ahead, rough and tumble. But like, if you're like running some sort of what you're trying to keep as underground whatever, and these girls keep ending up dead, I'm assuming not of their own accord. I'm assuming they're not just like, okay, I feel like dying today. It seems, very much like foul play. What I would do were I in that situation, which I don't know that I ever would be, because, well, A, women aren't my cup of tea, so there's that. But B, I don't even know how to begin to get involved in any kind of like underground whatever organization to be involved with drugs and gangs and sex and violence and whatever the hell's going on. Like, I wouldn't even know where to begin. Not that I would even want to get involved. Like, I don't know, but in a hypothetical world where I was the kingpin of some underground something or another, with all these girls that are passing through and getting drugs, getting ice or whatever they called it, and showing up with bruises and track marks and dead, like, the last thing I would do is like leave like repetitive identifying marks. Like, okay, I'm gonna just keep biting these girls. I'm gonna just keep biting them on the shoulder and this here them, because like, it just, like, there's enough similarities between the cases going on that you could potentially write off as like coincidence. Like, okay, this one girl, she died because she got drugs, and clearly we see the track marks and whatnot. It's like, okay, yeah, she had drugs, so she died. And then a few weeks later, another girl died, drugs in her system, track marks, blah blah blah. Okay, maybe there's just a drug problem in the city. It's not murder, there's just a drug problem. But now you've got this third girl, and they all have like these, well, A, they're all connected because they were all at this same school. And then B, like, they've all got these consistent abrasions and bite marks all over them. It's like, girl, you just racking up all this evidence that's just making it like, okay, these things are connected. These are, and if you want the police not to investigate you, like, you keep trying to get Dr. Bunn to, cooperate and, close down this case so the police will stop investigating. Like, stop making it obvious. Girl or guy, whoever, like, calm down your nibbling. Go nibble on someone else. Go get a hamburger or something. Like, calm it down. But yeah, so the connections that I was hoping would be made seem to be made, and now we just have to wait and see what Bunn can do with this information, if he's going to go to the police. Well, obviously he's going to go to the police with that information, but, well, before I jump to that, Bunn and Tan were having a good time at home, drinking, talking, and then Mr. Reporter Man comes strolling through the front door. I'm like, girl, lock your door. Anyway, he comes strolling and he's like, it's my birthday and I want a drink. And Tan's like, you don't have any friends, do you? He's like, nope. And then they're just drinking and talking, and Mr. Reporter starts spilling some tea, some little bits of information, little nuggets here, and I'm like, okay. And Tan's like, okay, you're drunk. Maybe you should just go home. Oh, Tan, shut up. Let the man talk. I got like 8,000 questions that keep developing, and he's giving me little bits of information to help me answer some of these questions. So Tan, shut the fuck up. Shut up and let the man talk. But, he left. He went on his merry way. He was driving home, and then he got whatever notification that the tracer he put on the car was going off for some reason. Like, I don't really understand what that notification was, because I feel like if you had a tracer, it would be tracing the car the entire time. So maybe it was a notification that the car stopped, but I find it hard to believe that the car has just been driving around aimlessly all this time and now it's finally just stopped. So, like, I don't know why just then he got whatever notification about the car and the tracer versus, like, it just not. Maybe he's been getting notifications all day and this is just the one we're seeing. I don't know. I'm not going to think too much into it. He's dead. It don't matter. But, or maybe it does. Who knows? We'll see. But anyway, he got the notification. It's like, oh yes, it's my time to investigate. Let me do my thing. So then he goes. He takes pictures. I'm like, baby, put your phone on silent. Put your phone on silent. I can see it's an iPhone. I see the apples shining in my face. I got one too. Put it on vibrate. Put it on vibrate so we don't hear while we're trying to undercover take these pictures. Thankfully, he didn't have his flash on. But, like, girl, like, just notch it on vibrate so we don't alert the authorities or whoever's around. Not that it made any difference, because whoever was skulking around already knew his ass was there, and did him in. And I feel like this show doesn't do anything on accident. Like when Natty, like after they did whatever, like not surgery, but they like resuscitated her, and she was being like sponge bathed by the nurse lady. Like I was sitting here thinking like, okay, what are you gonna find? Go ahead, find it. Let's make that connection. Boom, 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 boom. Because there's nothing in this show that they just do by accident. But then like it didn't really show the nurse like discover something like, oh my god, ooh. So I was like, okay, maybe it was just nothing. Maybe it was just a fluke, or maybe she just didn't see it. Maybe there's nothing to see. But then like 30 seconds later, the other doctor man comes rushing out like, Dr. Bunn, we found bite marks. I'm like, okay, good. Again, there's nothing in this series that is like a wasted moment. Like they show us these things for reasons. I don't feel like there's anything that's happened that's really just been kind of like captured on camera happenstance. Like I feel like in the editing room, if there was something that they captured on camera that it wasn't relevant to the story, they would have just cropped it. So at one point when Mr. Man in the Mask was chasing Mr. Reporter Man after he hit him over the head with the wood or whatever it was, like they did this sort of like slow motion, not really a pan, but like it's like the camera stayed focused on this particular spot and the person was running past the camera versus like the camera tracking the person. And when the guy in the mask like ran past the camera, like it was like zoomed in, sort of focused on the fact that there was like a chain across his jeans, like this hip chain going across his jeans, which I can't think that of anyone specifically in the series that's like comes to mind that had a chain across her jeans, but there may have been, or there probably will be. Maybe some of the kids who kicked the crap out of Soren a couple episodes back, or maybe Soren's potential love interest. Like I could see them having chains across their hips. I'm just not remembering them having, like nothing about those earlier scenes like drew me to their hips and like, oh yeah, hey, they got a chain, cool. But maybe that's something relevant. Maybe it's completely irrelevant. I don't know. Either way, don't tell me. No spoilers. But yeah, there was that moment, and then also after he shot up the reporter man, like we got a very good like just like freeze frame glimpse into like his face. Like yes, he's wearing a mask, but eyes were clearly there, and I'm looking at him like these eyes look familiar. And I even, after like I watched the episode before I went to my Topher thoughts, I paused it and I rewound it. I paused it and I'm like looking at him like, your eyes look so familiar. And like I don't know, because y'all know I've watched so many series at this point, I don't know if they look familiar because it's someone that I've seen in the series already, or like it's just an actor that I have seen in a series somewhere, and I haven't completely put the full face, but the eyes just look very, very familiar. And I'm like, I don't know if I've seen you in this show or if I've just seen you, and like you're just melting into all of these series that I've seen at this particular point. But the person underneath the mask looks familiar to me for some reason. Again, no spoilers. Don't tell me who it is. I will find out soon enough, I'm sure. Keep your spoilers out of my comment section. Don't make me block you. But yeah. So, reporter guy is now dead. And I was here wondering, when he was running away, I may have said it, like, commentary, or I may not have, I don't remember. But when he was running and getting chased before the gunshot started happening, I was like, I hope he put that, memory card somewhere safe, or he put it somewhere where it could get to whoever it needs to get to next. Like how Jane passed it along to him during that fight the night of her death. Like, I'm like, I hope he put it somewhere, or maybe he left it in Tan's place when he went there to visit. Maybe that was the reason he went, or something. Like I hope he put it somewhere where it can get to the next person it needs to get to. And then we had the autopsy, and he put it somewhere where it needed to get to the next person. Thankfully, however he got it there, I'm not going to ask, because it didn't seem like it was like internal, like in his organs or something. It seemed like it was very much just below the surface level of skin. Like maybe it was just like tucked under some tissue or something. I don't want to think about the details of it, but it didn't seem like it was like buried deep in him, because like they hadn't like cut his stomach open or anything. Like they went, you know, retrieved whatever bullet wounds and all that kind of stuff, or bullets from the wounds, but they didn't like slice and dice him open. So they didn't. It had to have been somewhere surface level, just under the surface, for Bun to be able to be like, oh wait, his stomach, there's something going. Especially with it being as small as it was, like it had to be somewhere near the surface, underneath the skin, just underneath the skin, for him to be like, oh hey, look, there's something in his stomach. How he got it there, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't need to know the details, because but yes, clearly he prepared himself, because I guess he felt like his time was up. Something he did, something in his investigations led him to believe that his time was up, so he hid the memory card in the only place he could, so that he could assure that it would get to Dr. Bun. Because he very easily could have dropped it off to the police, or, you know, left a note somewhere, whatever, but he wanted to ensure that it was going to get into Bun's hands. He could have left it there with Bun and Tan, but I don't think he trusts Tan, and he didn't want Tan to be involved. He could have given it to one of the nurses or something at the hospital. He could have there's a million ways he could have gotten this to Bun, but I think he wanted to make sure that Bun was going to be the person to find this card, because he wanted Bun to see whatever was on this card. He's the only person I feel like he trusts with this information right now, and to continue on his work, which, you know, because from what he was saying there when he first got to Tan's house, you know, he's had all kinds of injustices happening to his family, and, you know, people know who the murderers are, and they're just running around scot-free. So he created this stuff to gain money so that he could try and get justice just in general. So he kind of feels like Bun might have that same sort of ideology and mentality, which we've seen throughout this series, why Bun has been so persistent about not falsifying the details of the report for Jane's death, and why he moved to the town to begin with. Like, so yeah, just have to wait and see where this thing goes. And by wait and see, I mean I've already got the next episode queued up. I'm gonna go watch it. But yeah, then we had the little cute thing at the end there where we're trying to ship together Sorn and this one guy who, again, it's cute, just like with Tan and Bun. It's cute. They're cute moments. And in any other series, I would just jump at the opportunity to ship them together, because Sorn is my sweet boy, my sweet boy, and I want to see him happy. He deserves the best in life, and I would love to see him with a man or a woman. I don't care. Like, honestly, at first when the series started, I thought he and Natty had a thing going on, but as this episode played out, it feels more and more like we're trying to ship him together with, I can't remember her name, but the other guy, which I'm like, okay, I can get down with this too. Like, either way, I want my Sorn just to be in a happy, stable relationship with anybody, guy, girl, I don't care, because he's just a sweet boy and he deserves the best. So in any other series, I'd be like, absolutely, let's stick them together. But this series where everybody is sus as hell and I cannot trust a damn person, I want to see it work out, but also part of me is like, I can't trust you yet, so I don't know if you're the person that I need my Sorn to be with right now. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, again, twists and turns, plot, love it. I love this damn series. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications so you'll be notified when all of my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you. And before you guys go, a shout out to my amazing patrons. I can't begin to express how thankful I am for your support. And if you guys would like to join us over on Patreon, the link is down in the description. Love you guys.